Howdy folks, and welcome back to How to WoW, Add-ons and more. Today we're going to be doing the out-of-game stuff, the add-ons. Alright, so the first things that you should do is go to curseforge.com and you need to download the client. You also need to register an account with CurseForge. Alright, now the client is going to be Twitch. Alright, it's the Twitch client, so you're going to go ahead and download the Twitch desktop app, get what is appropriate for you, which actually is not giving any options here, so I guess it's a one-size-fits-all. You're going to download and install. Alright, I've already done that, so I'm not going to do that again. But you're going to link your Twitch and CurseForge accounts. On twitch.tv, you also need to create an account. Alright. That'll get you set up there. Alright. Once that's done, installed, you'll have your Twitch app, which this is what you're going to get whenever you log into it. Alright. You'll have your login right here. It says I'm streaming, but that's because it's detected that I'm recording. Okay. It'll have all these recommended things to watch and friends and recommended people to watch over here, all that stuff. What you're interested in is the mods tab. You're going to click on mods, click on your World of Warcraft, and the first one you're going to get is the WoW DB Profiler, okay? Now, this one you might not see a whole lot of use for right off the bat, especially if you're new, but go ahead and get it anyway, because you'll appreciate having the information later whenever you're doing achievement hunting and stuff like that. This guy right here basically records your in-game information and saves it to, what does it save it to? It saves it to wowdb.com, okay? That way you can look at your stuff when you're not in-game, see what's going on. It's, again, not necessary. It's not necessary, but I like to have it, okay? Now, before I get into anything else, I'm going to tell you about Icy Veins, Wowhead, and a UI, okay? So let's start with Wowhead, alright? With Wowhead, I'd mentioned this one before, it has everything, okay? Seriously, everything. Class guides, you want to learn how to play your paladin, here you go, okay? It has guides for Holy, Protection, and Retribution. Want to learn how to play that Hunter, Beast Mastery, Marksmanship, Survival, okay? Having trouble with a Rogue. Oops. There you go. Assassination, Outlaw, Subtlety, okay? And you just go down here and you pick an area to start. And you want to figure out everything about Subtlety Rogue, just click on that, okay? Look at this. Okay, all kinds of information just about the Subtlety Rogue. All of the guides, it's just, there is a plethora of information here. I mean, anything you could want to find is here. Alright, let's see here. Oh, look, a place for new players. Okay, tips for alts. Okay, there's all kinds of tools here to use. Don't forget this website, wowhead.com. You are going to use it a lot, alright? In-game stuff is not that intuitive. Some stuff, pretty obvious. Other stuff, not so much. There's an example that I can think of right off the top of my head. There's a quest turn-in in Legion that I have missed every time I've done it, because I keep forgetting. So what I do is I type in the name of the quest. And let me see if I can, jeez. let me see if I can remember what it is. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It is. Not caps. Why is my number lock on too? Oh, number lock's fine. Sorry. I'm I'm getting confused. I got stuff turned on that shouldn't be. It is lightly roasted. Okay. Now you see how the autocomplete pops up? Here, lightly roasted. It pops up with item, quest, and NPC. Okay. I wanted the quest. I needed to turn it in. So I click on the quest, loads the page. All right. Tells you where it starts, where it ends. All right. But look right here. Comments. Can't find her. You ran up the ramp too fast. Go back to the rubble you just decimated and hand it in before you charge ahead. Which is exactly what I do every time. Because she's not there when you break the rubble. It takes her a minute to catch up to you. And I didn't realize that. Because on your mini map and on the world map, it shows her in position. But whenever you're doing the quest, you blast through the rubble and she's not there. You have to wait a minute. But you wouldn't know that just playing the game. And I go all the way up, come all the way back down, can't find her, don't know where she is. I come here, click on comments, and there it is. The first comment gives me the answer that I need. Wowhead.com. Alright, seriously, use it. Before you ask in trade chat and get flamed for that because those guys are jerks, you don't even have to go to Google. Just go straight to wowhead.com, type in the name of the quest, the name of the item, whatever it is that you're wanting to find, and you can find it. They have the answers. Okay, use it. All right. Now, back to the Twitch app. All right. So you've got the WowDB profiler. All right. Let's come over here to get more add-ons. All right. You got to wait for it to load, and sometimes it will error. All right. There will be issues. Okay. You're going to fight with it. You're going to argue with it. All that kind of stuff. It's going to annoy you sometimes, but go through it. All right. The best way to look at this is you click the See All. All right. The See All is going to show you all of the mods in order from the top rated down. Okay. Not the most downloads, not the last updated or anything like that. It's the top rated. Okay. However, this is usually correct. This is how you want to see it. Because some of the add-ons that you want, most of the add-ons you want, are up here in the top area. They're not down below. One of them that you definitely need to have is Deadly Boss Mods. You need that. Okay? Now, this particular DBM, this one covers up through Warlords of Draenor. It does not cover Legion. Okay? And it does not have vanilla in here either. It doesn't look like. Oh, no. Sorry. This is the current. You need to get the older stuff. Okay. Can it click? Yes, there we go. Okay, cool. Sometimes that doesn't work. Alright. Warlords of Draenor, Deadly Boss Mods. And clicking on it in the Twitch app brought me here. Click Install. And it will automatically install it into your Twitch app. And yeah, we'll go ahead and open with Twitch by default. And there it goes. It's in. All right. Click the back right there. And there we go. Now we've got Warlords of Draenor. Let's get the rest of them. And that should be all that you need for Deadly Boss Mods. Okay, that's got it covered. Alright, now if you come over here, again, you will see that there are all kinds of other things. There's voice packs, there's countdown packs, additional mods. You shouldn't need any of that. Alright, but it's there. Okay? Now, getting back over here to the get more add-ons, alright? After you've gotten deadly boss mods, you need GTFO, alright? Now, if you don't know what that stands for, I'm not telling you, alright? But you need it, alright? This tells you to get out of fire. If you are standing in something bad, it lets you know. Alright, it has a loud, audible, makes you jump out of your chair the first couple of times you hear it, but it's a good indication that you are standing in something that is killing you. Alright? You need this. Your healer will thank you. Alright? Now, the next thing that I get, now, I know everybody has their preference. Alright? Everybody does things a little differently. People have their own quirks, their own requirements, things that they want or need. For me, I like the World Quest Tracker, okay? When you're in Legion, if you open up your map, your world map, you will see in each zone a series of exclamation marks with circles around them. These are the world quests, okay? This makes them pretty and lets you see at a glance if it's a world quest you even want to look at. Alright, if you're just looking at the vanilla world map, all you see are the exclamation points with circles around them. It doesn't tell you if it's gear, resources, gold, doesn't tell you anything until you hover over it. This is just to save a step. That's all it is. Alright, it's not anything game breaking or anything like that. It's just to move through the world map faster. Alright, I like it. I prefer it. That's what I use. Weak auras too. I keep seeing it recommended. I have never really messed with it, but we're going to take a look at it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and install that. Pawn. This one is one that I prefer not to use. A lot of people prefer it, and that's perfectly fine. If you want it, you can have it. What it does is it looks at the gear that you just picked up and compares it to what you already have equipped, and it tells you if it's better than what you have. It's not 100% accurate. And especially in the mid-levels. Like if you're between 100 and 110, all those mid-levels in there, this thing suggests things that I don't agree with. So I skip over pawn. Alright? These next two items are pretty much the same thing. You have recount and you have details. Only pick one of them. They do pretty much the same thing. The biggest difference is recount is a lot more popular. It has 91 million downloads, whereas details has 8.6. However, with only 8.6 compared to 91, details is number 6 compared to recount's number 5. Okay? The appearance of details is also something that I prefer. I like the way it looks more than I like the way recount looks. The numbers, see, there it goes. It does that sometimes. Click refresh and it did not come back. So I go back over to my add-ons, get more add-ons. Come on now. Quit giving me a hard time. I guess I have to switch views back and forth. There we go. We got it. I have noticed that there are discrepancies between the two, okay? However, the discrepancies are across the board. So, whenever I was running with my friend on my paladin and his demon hunter, the difference between his demon hunter's DPS and my paladin's DPS on recount was the same on details, because he has recount and I have details. Okay? Like I said, my best friend uses recount and I use details. Personal preference. whichever one you like. Me personally, I like details. That's what I'm using. All right. Now, a lot of people also recommend the Atlas Loot Enhanced. Personally, I don't see much point in it because Wowhead tells me the same thing. Atlas Loot is for in-game, you can see which bosses drop which pieces of gear. Okay? That's pretty much all it does. And I don't really need that. I will figure it out whenever the boss drops it. Okay? So I'm not concerned about Atlas Loot. If you want to be able to look at each boss in game and see what it is that they drop, sure, go for it. But for me, I can live without it. Raider.io, not something that I'm going to mess with. This is basically the elitist tool. Quite honestly, that's the nicest way to put it, is these are the elitist jerks right here. I won't use it. I have seen many people get denied entry into raids, not the LFR, but regular raids, because their statistics on Raider.io were not good enough. Even though their gear and their gameplay was good enough, they didn't have the statistics that they wanted on Raider.io. That's a bunch of crap. So I don't even mess with stuff like that. Bigwigs boss mods, I have heard a couple of people use this. I've never looked at it. I am assuming it is something similar to Deadly Boss mods, but I've already got Deadly Boss mods. So you could potentially use this instead of this. That's more a preference thing, I'm assuming. Alright. Bagnon, I don't like it. I like individual bags. That's my personal preference. But even at that, one of the add-ons that I'm going to be doing does the same thing. So I don't need Bagnon. Alright. Order Hall Commander. I really don't see a use for this. Because really you can do all this stuff in game. I mean, it's not that complicated. The order halls, the class halls, the garrison commander stuff, it's really not that hard. Okay? I don't see a use for that. Voodoo. I do have a priest. Alright? And it's a holy priest. So I have that. I also have a monk that is a healer. And I've got a shaman that I want to heal with. So Voodoo is going to be something very useful to me. Voodoo is a raid frames replacer. Also works for party frames and stuff like that. Basically, the default in-game frames, if I assign one of my spells to shift-click on Voodoo, I can just hover over your name in the Voodoo frame, shift-click, and you get that spell. But the vanilla frames, as far as I know, still don't do that. OmniCC, I used to have that, but I didn't see much point to it. SCADA damage meter is just like recount and details, much less popular. Little Wigs is the counterpart to Bigwigs. Rarity, I have another one I use. I don't use Rarity, I use NPC Scan. And we'll get to that one in a minute. Handy Notes. You have to have handy notes. Alright? Now, I figure out a lot of this stuff because my best friend does not use handy notes. And whenever we're running around in Legion, he will see a treasure chest in his mini-map. So he runs to it. I see about a dozen treasure chests in my mini-map to his one. What I'm seeing in my mini-map is thanks to handy notes telling me where they spawn. Okay? They're not always there, but I know where they could be. He sees them if they're there, and that's it. He can run past that place 100 times and never see a treasure chest, never know there's one that could be there. But I know that it'll be there. That's what Handy Notes is for. Handy Notes also has a lot of parts, and I wonder if they're listed in here. It does not look like they are. No. You have to find the add-ons for Handy Notes in here, which is kind of annoying. Oops, I went to my add-ons. I meant to get more add-ons. Okay. NPC scan. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. It gives me an alert right about here in game whenever a rare is up and in range. And I can click on it and it will target the rare. So then I just have to run over to it and start hitting it. I love this thing. NPC scan is awesome. Healbot is very similar to Voodoo. I don't like the way Healbot looks. I like the way Voodoo looks. It's cleaner. Alright. That's my preference. Here's one of the add-ons for Handy Notes. There's the Argus add-on. We're going to go ahead and grab that. This is what I was talking about that's going to do the same thing as the Bagnon. But I'm not going to select it yet. I'm going to get the Elv UI mod or add-on installed. This is just the Shadow and Light, which is an add-on to an add-on, basically. So, I'm not going to get this yet because I need the other part first. Okay. Coming down a little bit. Let's see here. Tidy plates. Z-Pearl unit frames. Let's see here. Auctioneer. Raid assist. Add-on skins. Auctionator. Okay. Auctionator and Auctioneer do the same thing pretty much. Whichever one you're more comfortable with. Auctioneer, I believe, gives you more information. So if you are somebody who makes all of their money off of the auction house and you're constantly in the auction house, Auctioneer is the one for you. If you're somebody like me who sells things sometimes but wants to kind of do it quickly, use Auctionator. Okay? I love Auctionator. It is a great tool. And darn it, again? Really? Stop doing that. But we figured out how to get past it. All right, let's come back down here. Okay, there it is, Auctionator. We will show how to use Auctionator in game whenever we get there. Handy Notes, dungeon locations. All right. I'm not sure if the maps actually show the locations of dungeon entrances yet, because I haven't ever looked at it. But this one will show you where the entrances to dungeons and raids are. Let's see here. There's tidy plates. There's Legion treasures. That's what I was talking about. Like I said, there's a lot of add-ons for Handy Notes. What we got up there at the top was just the core of the add-on. You have to get the add-ons to the add-on, basically. Let's see here. Just kind of scrolling through here, seeing... Oh, Titan panel. Very good to have. You will want that, and I will show you why in-game. Titan panel is a lovely tool. Let's see here. Gatherer. I don't prefer Gather. I prefer Gather Mate. We'll get to that one too. Let's see here. This is another part of Handy Notes. Let's see. We already got Argus. It's up there. Broken Shore. Yeah, we should probably go ahead and grab that one. I did not like the World Quest list. I tried it out, and I didn't like it. It took up too much real estate on my screen. Alright, Sexy Map. I like this one. Alright, there's a lot you can do with it. I love this tool. And again, I will show you what it does in game. All of these, I'm going to show you in game what they do. All right. Quest Completest, it looked broken to me, to be honest. I really felt like this one was broken. So I don't use it anymore. I tried it, and it shows you where all of the quests are. But it's supposed to remove any quest that you have already completed, and it wasn't doing that. So I decided to remove it. World Quest Group Finder, don't need it anymore because they have that built in now. That's actually built into vanilla WoW. Let's see here. There were some others. Gathermate 2, there it is. I like this one because it shows you where all the nodes are. If you're a miner, herbalist, or whatever, it will show you where to find those nodes for ores or for plants and stuff like that. Alright. There's another component to this called Gathermate 2 data. And basically what it is all the data that's been collected from mining and herbalism and fishing and all that stuff, it's all thrown in there. Now, if you just get Gathermate 2, it will only show what you have found. If you get Gathermate 2 with data, it will show you everything that has been found up to date. Which is pretty cool, because if you've never been in an area before and you want to find where the ores are, that's how you do it. It'll show you where to find the ores. Pratt 3.0 is another one that I get. This one is tools for your chat box. All right, gives you more options, and it's all appearance stuff. It's not so much utility as it is cosmetic, and I like it, so I use it. Let's see here. Altaholic. Okay, if you have multiple characters and you trade stuff between them, like you have one character that's a jewel crafter, another character that's a miner, and your jewel crafter needs something, you just go to Altaholic and see if your miner has it. We like Altaholic. That's a good tool to have. Let's see here. I had all these installed before, and I removed them specifically for the purpose of making these videos. So I'm just trying to remember what all I had. Mogget is an awesome tool. Again, I will show you what it does in game. Let's see here. I don't need the Handy Notes Legion Rares because I have the NPC scan. Alright. Let's see here. Server hop, don't need. Immersion. Okay. When you're playing vanilla WoW, okay, as it is out of the box, or freshly downloaded and installed, however, whenever you click on an NPC, you get a box over here with an OK or a cancel. Or accept or cancel down at the bottom. Alright? And it's the same for every single one of them. The only thing that's different is the text in the middle, whether it's a quest or directions or whatever it is, the text in the middle and your context buttons down at the bottom. Okay, that's what changes. Immersion, there are no windows like that. They're all talking heads. You know, the talking heads is the new thing that World of Warcraft does, where when a special NPC is talking to you, you have the dialogue box right here in the middle of the screen with their portrait next to it talking to you. Okay? Immersion does that with every NPC. I like that. That's a neat trick. So I do it. Overachiever, I'm an achievement hunter. That's a good tool to have. Spell Flash, I can't recommend it anymore. I used to swear by Spell Flash, but they have dumbed down the classes so much that if you still need Spell Flash, maybe you shouldn't be playing. Uh, and I don't mean that to be insulting, even though it incredibly is. It's very insulting, but really, as simple as every class is now, I don't see a need for Spell Flash anymore. I used to love it, especially working on my DPS characters, because that's mainly what it's good for, is DPS, to get maximum DPS. But I think the only class that it could possibly help right now is Mage, Arcane Mage specifically. But even at that, I don't think that you need this anymore. I really don't. Let's see here. Add-on control panel. This is something that you used to have to have. Everybody used to need this. You don't anymore, because they've got it built in now. They know that people are doing add-ons, so they now have the add-on control panel built into the menu. So when you hit escape, it's there. The add-ons button is there. That's all this did, was put the add-ons button in the menu whenever you hit escape. So that's auto now. I mean, that's in there. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Let me see here. I had some other stuff. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm probably missing some good stuff in here. I'll be honest. I am probably missing some good add-ons. But I'm going with the ones that I know. There's the Gathering Mate 2 data. We'll go ahead and install that. Just to make it easier to find stuff. Let's see here. Oh, I know what would be helpful. There's an add-on called Pathfinder. Pathfinder is... It's really helpful with showing you your progress on the Pathfinder achievement to get Flying in Legion. But you can do the same thing with Wowhead. Alright? You just have to log out for it to update. So, Pathfinder shows you in-game your current standing for getting the Pathfinder achievement. But it's one of those things, maybe, maybe not. And actually, no, I think that is all of the add-ons that I had. I mean, I had a few more handy notes, but I'm not getting those right now, because I'm just not doing it. This is another add-on for the LVUI add-on. Silver Dragon is similar to NPC Scan. Okay, does pretty much the same thing, much older version. Spartan UI, this takes you down to almost nothing. Map coordinates and coordinates that was further up. There's only one reason I'm not getting those, and it's because I'm getting the LVUI add-on, and that has coordinates in it. So I don't need that. At least I'm pretty sure it does. So what we have so far is 29 add-ons installed. Alright, with that, we're going to go ahead and log in, and we will talk about what all of these add-ons do next time. That's going to do it for today, folks. If you enjoyed this episode, found it helpful at all, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and if you had any questions or comments, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter or Discord. I will have the links down in the description box. And that's going to do it for today. Bye now.